So LSU baseball for you meant what? Why did you want to be a part of this?
Well, it was my first offer, so kind of like your first love, you just kind of hang on to it. But the fans have been great. A lot of rich history here of winning, and that's something that I value a lot is winning. So I wanted to come here and contribute to some of these numbers on the wall.
How much did you follow LSU baseball before they contacted you?
Not much. I always watched the Braves growing up. I never really watched college baseball, and then when I started getting to the recruiting process, I started to pick up a little bit more and watch. And that was kind of around the year 2017 when they were in the College World Series. So I remember watching those games, and then the 2019 Super Regional against Florida State. I remember watching that as well.
How long have you played baseball?
Since I was 5 years old.
So this has always kind of been a goal for you.
Yes,
Now that
sir.
you're here, what do you think about it? What's it?
I love it so far. It's a little different being from Georgia to come down here. Like I said, everybody there is a Braves fan. Nobody really cares about UGA baseball. Coming down here, though, there is no professional baseball team, so it's LSU baseball. So it's been great so far.
I'm sure your friends back home will love that. Just how are you fitting in? I guess it's a good spot to be in, right? Because there are a lot of different age guys, kind of your age and then older, that can kind of bring you along as well.
Absolutely. I think, everybody gets along on the team. We got a lot of good team chemistry. Some of the older guys, first day of practice, kind of those first day jitters, they kind of shook those off pretty quickly. Everybody plays really loose, just kind of lead by example, and I just try and follow them.
Kind of similar question for Kate. What do you feel like your role will be this year?
I don't know. I mean, whatever Coach Johnson has me doing, I'm willing to do. I think that guy, Cade Blosa, deserves to win more than anybody on this team. He's been here, put in the work for 5 years. So whatever to get him a ring on his finger, I'm willing to do.
I noticed you've been playing catcher and first base. What is your experience at first base? I know you were primarily a catcher in high school, right?
Yes, ma'am. I played a little bit, at first base. A lot of travel ball games. When we played 3 games in a day, I didn't catch all 3, so if I wasn't catching, I was playing first. I feel comfortable over there, obviously. It's an adjustment to make, but comfortable over there, and I've played a little bit.
What's it been like catching such elite pitchers on this team, and what have you seen out of them?
It makes me better because I have to lock in behind the plate because I know that they want their best stuff to be caught well, so that just locks me in behind the plate. But it's been amazing so far to just kind of see this pitching staff come together.
What aspect of your game have you worked on the most as far as catching behind the plate?
Just being more consistent behind the plate, blocking every ball that I need to block, receiving pitches on the edge, stealing as many strikes as possible.
Since you started working at first base here at the collegiate level, what are some of the little nuances that you've learned about the position at this, just sort of practicing at this level now?
For sure. I think positioning-wise, a lot of times in high school I just, position myself in the same place no matter who was hitting. Now that we are at a collegiate level where we have, scouting reports and spray charts, positioning, whether, a lefty's up playing down the line or if a righty's up playing off the line and a little bit shallower.
Okay.
Your dad played football, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you a football player?
I did. I played football my freshman and sophomore year of high school, and then after that I hung it up.
What made you choose baseball?
I don't know. I just, it's a different game, and I love that about it. I don't know what about it was, but football for me, is just you got to go hit people after practice or after school, in practice. But baseball was more of a mental game, and I kind of enjoyed that. And I guess I was just a little bit better at it, so I stuck with it.
What position did you play?
I was a right tackle and defensive lineman.
Have you ever played baseball in a stadium like Alex Box?
Never a game, no. I've hit one time in Colorado in front of a bunch of people, but never played a game in front of this many fans ever, no.
Are you excited about that experience?
Very excited, very excited.
Who are some of the other freshmen who really sort of, I guess, stood out to you and sort of impressed you in terms of just working with them every single day?
Right, so I roommate with Paxton Kling, Gavin Guidry, and Brady Neal, and those guys, I mean, just since the first day we've been here, Brady Neal and Gavin were here in the summer, and since day one, they've really grown a lot as a player, as people, and they've really taken great strides. Chase Shores, the pitcher, we all knew who he was coming in. He's 6'11", stands out from the crowd, but he's grown a lot as well, commands the ball well. He's a tough at-bat for anybody.
How much do you feel like you need to do this at the right pace and not try to force things to happen faster than they should for you?
Absolutely. I think Coach Johnson does a great job of that, just slowing everybody down, And for me, it's just about going about it every day. You know, I'm not worried about SEC play or even really Western Michigan. You know, we have a great practice out there today. We got another week of practices, and so that's where my mind is right now.
You had the opportunity to play professionally, I think this summer. I think you were kind of on the fence. What made you choose to go to college?
I just think that college atmosphere and the winning environment, a lot of times you get into pro ball and it's about, you know, developing you for pro ball, and it's not as much about winning. And I'm a very competitive person, so I wanted to come here and add a trophy to these shows and kind of just take my time with it and not miss out on the college experience.
A coach called you Baby Mac to me. Do you see that? You're like, hey, pump the brakes on that? What do you think about that?
I mean, I don't know. You know, it's hard to feel big in a locker room with Paul Skeens and Chase Shores and Caleb Appleby. So, you know, I just kind of take that and roll with it, I guess. I don't know.
Was that a tough decision though, ultimately, to come to college? Was that hard to sort of make that decision?
Not really. Not with it being at LSU.
Okay.
Coach Johnson talked to me throughout the entire process. You know, I kept very open communication with him about where I was with it. And then ultimately, you know, me and my family just decided that LSU was where I needed to be.
Speaking of Coach Johnson, what kind of recruiter is he?
The best. I mean, you can see it from, you know, my class being the #1 recruiting class to even the 23s, 24s, and 25s. Like, he's building a powerhouse. And I know, like, we have that on our poster, and it's kind of, like, cliche to say it, but
Yeah.
he really is.
And what sort of makes him unique as a recruiter then?
I just think it's the history of players that he's had. You know, Chris Bryant, Jacob Berry was here last year, and then now he's doing it again with this class. Like, it's scary. And his ability to take guys, bring them in as young freshmen, and turn them into professional baseball players.
Is there something about the facilities and culture here that makes it easier to decide to not go to like the minor leagues for a couple years and then come to college instead?
Absolutely. I mean, look around you. There's no other place that I'd rather be than right here. And so it's an easy decision to come here, and ever since I've been here, I've loved it.
Have you caught Paul, and what have you seen from him?
He's fantastic. I haven't caught him as much. I faced him a lot in live at-bats and stuff. Again, it's a very tough at-bat. I wouldn't say it's fun by any means, but it makes me better. And I'm just even, I mean, he was a great player coming into it, but seeing even the strides that Coach Wes Johnson has made with him, he's a different dude.
More questions?
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.